Hello everybody, welcome to Chess 101. Today we are going to talk about the minimum material required to deliver checkmate. So we'll start by getting some kings on the board. Okay, so we have kings on the board, and we'll start with the easiest one. Okay, we'll go through first the pieces that you have to have as a minimum. Now the assumption here is that there's no other pieces on the board. You just have kings, you're at an end game. So one would be king and the queen. All right, so king and the queen can easily deliver checkmate. I've got a whole video on how to do it. The other one could be king and a rook. So king and a rook can deliver checkmate. Once again, there's a video, you can watch it and learn how to do it, practice it. Yes, if you have two rooks, obviously you can do it, but you only need a king and a rook, minimum material, right? Another thing, king and two bishops. Okay, so with the king and two bishops, you can deliver checkmate. It takes some work. There's a whole video that shows you how to do it, but it can be done with the king and king and two bishops. Also, a king, a bishop, and a knight. So king, bishop, knight can deliver checkmate. This is the hardest one. I've seen people in games, competitive games, where it ended up a draw because they couldn't figure out how to do it. So after 50 moves with no checkmate, there's a draw. And they just couldn't do it. But it's doable. You can force it. You have to know how to play it. I'll do a video on this, and it'll be one that you have to really, really practice and watch the video a bunch of times to get it right. Okay, so you're probably saying, well, what about some maybe other combinations? Like, what about a king and two knights? So king and two knights, the answer is no. You cannot force checkmate. Yes, if the black king walks off into the corner, you might be able to checkmate it. But if the black king moves out in the middle, tries to stay in the middle of the board, you can't force checkmate with a king and two rooks. Also, you can't force, or king and two knights. You can't force checkmate with a king and a knight. And you can't force checkmate with a king and a bishop. Okay, can't do it. Now, you're probably saying, well, what if, I played a game once where all I had was a king and a knight, and I checkmated the king. And so it is possible. So I'll show you an example really quick. Okay, so here's the example. You have the white king, the black king. Of course, white's going this way, black is going this way. It's black's move. Black really only has two moves. Black could play the king here, or black could push the pawn. So we'll say on black's move that black pushes the pawn. Of course, the black king can't really get out because the white king's blocking it. And in this case, the white knight could just play checkmate, right? Because the king and the knight delivers check, and this king blocks his escape here, and this pawn blocks his escape here. But this is only because this pawn is blocking him. So he's kind of hurting himself having this pawn getting checkmated here. Plus, he played poorly. If he'd looked ahead, he would have seen, hey, I shouldn't do that because I can get checkmated here. But just with the king and knight on its own, there's no way. It's not possible. Like, you couldn't even accidentally get checkmated. There's always an escape square. Yes, with two knights, you could, say in this situation, but only because the king played poorly and went into the middle of the board, where like this would be checkmate, right? But you can't really force it. There's always a way. There's always a way out for the king to the middle of the board with the two knights. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to review really quick all the combinations where you can deliver checkmate with just a king and other pieces. So king and a queen, king and a rook, king and two bishops, king, bishop, knight. Okay. This is it. These are all the combinations. Anything less than this, you can't force checkmate. So if you get in one of those games and you're down to a king and a bishop or king and a knight, it's a draw. It's automatically a draw. You don't even have to keep moving pieces. You just can say, hey, it's a draw. You don't have material. So anyway, just wanted to review these and show you this. It's pretty straightforward. I have videos for each combination of these. King and the queen, king and the rook, king, two bishops, king, bishop, knight. All right? Thanks for tuning in to Chess 101, and I'll see you on another video.